Hey there, it's Kanae, financial therapist, best-selling author, and your speaker. How are you? What is going on today? I am in deep thought today because it is Memorial Day and I want 5 minutes of your time for some activation. So I'm in deep thought, many reasons. It's Monday, so I'm always in deep thought on Monday because you got the whole week ahead and a lot of things to consider and you want to get them all done, right? So that's what I'm going through. So that's my normal Monday deep thought. Two, because it's Memorial Day, so it has me thinking a little deeper about what's happening in the world. And I wanted to focus on standing up for what you believe in. Hi, Francine. Thanks for joining. So the reason why I want to focus on standing up for what you believe in, because that's part of what Memorial Day is about. People fighting for freedom, for what they believe in, and living in America where I am. So not everybody watching this video will be, but living in America, we have a lot of freedoms that we take for granted. And we often have to stand up for what we believe in. Hey girl, long time no see. So we have to stand up for what we believe in, even when it's difficult, even when nobody else is standing with us, and even when we are not sure exactly if we're going to win. And you don't really have to know if you're going to win, because sometimes winning is just showing up. So don't go about it worrying about if you're going to win. One of the things I tell my clients all the time is you let the universe worry about how. All I want you to worry about is what and why. So what do you believe in? What is important to you? What is it that you're standing up for? That is what you focus on. And then you look at why. Why is this important to you? Hey, Amber. Exactly. Yes. Winning is just showing up. And so why is this important to you? So you've got the what. You know what you believe in. You know what you're standing up for. Now, why are you doing it? You have to know why you are doing it. And that is really what Memorial Day represents. It represents people who have fought and died for what they believed in. It represents people who have, no matter what, have gone out. Maybe they didn't even agree or all the way approve of what the fight was about, but they had to do it because it means something. There's a bigger picture. So the smaller picture looks like maybe this is not a good idea, but the big picture, when you look at the big picture, that says this is a great idea because we've got to keep this freedom that we don't that we sometimes take for granted, that we don't always understand. And when that happens, what happens in our lives is that the world is made up of decisions. And if you stand up for the decisions that you believe in your heart, in your gut, in your mind are right for you, then this is how you get to where you want to be. I talk about being activated because one, motivation is not enough. You can have motivation, but motivation is really not what gets you up in the morning and what happens when the motivation is gone. But if you have activation around what you believe in, then you always get up. You'll always show up, even when the fight is hard, even when you don't all the way understand why you're fighting, even when nobody else is fighting with you. You've got to go. And sometimes you are the hero. Sometimes you get up and fight for it. And maybe you won't be the one to see the promised land. You know, like Martin Luther King talked about, like Moses talked about. You may not get to see the promised land, but that doesn't mean you don't fight. You put up, and I'm using the word fight in a gentle way. When I say fight, I don't mean violence necessarily. I mean that you put in all that you have. Everything you have, you put forward, you put towards what you believe in. And when you do that, life becomes just a little bit easier. Now, during that time you're fighting, so to speak, it may seem very difficult. But if you do what's hard, life becomes easy. If you do what's easy, life remains hard. And I get that. I've heard other speakers say that. That is not my quote, but I say it because it's very true. The more work that you put in up front, the easier that life becomes later. And the less work you put in ever, the harder life becomes. If you are refusing to do the work, if you are refusing to stand up for what you believe in, then it becomes tough. So Francine says, when you stand up for what you believe in and understand your why, then you are greatly serving your purpose. Amen, Francine. I couldn't say it better myself. That is exactly what it is. When you know what you're fighting for, when you know why you're fighting for it, then you are living in your purpose. And really nothing can stop you. And that is activation in and of itself. Then you don't need motivation because your purpose motivates you. Your why motivates you. And when that is going on in your head, your heart, and your gut, and you know I wear my pendant pretty much every day. And this pendant represents for me the connection between your head, your heart, and your gut, because that is where decisions are made. The biggest and most complex decisions have to be made when you combine those two. And when your head, your heart, and your gut connect, your spirit is at peace and you can do anything you want. Now, today I have to do something that I don't really enjoy doing so much, but it connects to my bigger picture. It connects to my why. And by doing this, I get licensed as a therapist. So there are parts of this that I do enjoy, but there are some parts of this that are a lot of work, and it is a fight for me to do it regularly, and it is a fight for me to get through the whole day doing it. But what I do is I connect this paperwork that I have to do to a real person, and by connecting it to a real person, I see that I am helping, I am serving the bigger picture. And also I know that licensure is number one, and so that is what I work so hard for. So why are you working hard? What is your reason, and why are you doing it? Think about your what, think about your why. Don't you worry about how. Let the universe, let your God worry about that, because that is not your job. All you have to do is figure out what and why, and let the rest happen, because it will. Once you know why and you get up every day, activated, ready to stand up for what you believe in, just like those soldiers did when they went to battle for us, I want to say thank you to them, and I say thank you to you, because if you get up and fight for your purpose, you're going to add something to the world that nobody else is. So what unique gift do you have that you can add to the world? Thank you for sharing it with us, and I encourage you to keep going. So that is your 5-minute activation, although it was a little longer. That is your 5-minute activation for today. Go through your day, be prosperous, and stay active.